Once upon a time, a monk was giving a sermon to a large crowd. People listened with rapt attention, hanging on to his every word. After the sermon ended, the audience bowed to Monk and returned to their homes. However, a young man remained seated, looking troubled. Noticing the young man, the monk gently asked, "What is troubling you, my son?" The young man, bowing in respect, said, "Master, I am deeply confused. The more I think, the more my confusion grows. This world is so vast, filled with countless people, scholars, warriors, artists, and many others. Among them, what is the value of an ordinary person like me?" Monk smiled knowingly and replied, "Your question will be answered, but first, I have a task for you. Will you do it?" The young man folded his hands and said, "Master, it would be my honor. Please tell me what I must do." The monk handed him a shining stone and said, "Take this stone to the marketplace and find out its value, but do not sell it. Simply inquire about its worth and return to me." The young man bowed, accepted the stone, and set out for the marketplace. As he reached the market early in the morning, he spotted a fruit vendor sitting under a tree, selling mangoes. He approached the vendor and showed him the stone. "Can you tell me the price of this stone?" he asked. The vendor looked at the stone, its shine catching his eye. Thinking it might be worth something, he said, "It's just a stone, but I can give you 10 mangoes for it." The young man felt disappointed. He thought to himself, "This stone looks special, yet this man only values it at 10 mangoes. Perhaps he doesn't understand its true worth." Without responding, the young man moved on. A little further, he came across a vegetable seller arranging his stall. The young man showed him the stone and asked its price. The vegetable seller's eyes lit up as he saw the stone. He thought, "This stone seems valuable. If I can get it, it would be a great deal." After a moment of silence, the vegetable seller said, "I'll give you a sack of potatoes in exchange for this stone. What do you think?" The young man realized that this man, too, did not know the true worth of the stone. He decided to visit someone more knowledgeable. Finally, he arrived at a jeweler's shop. The jeweler, experienced in identifying valuable gems, immediately recognized the stone as a priceless treasure. Trying to take advantage of the young man's innocence, he said, "This stone is worth 1 rupee. I'll take it off your hands." But the young man, now suspicious, held on to the stone and said, "I'm not selling it. I just wanted to know its value." As the young man turned to leave, the jeweler called out, "Wait! I'll give you 50 lakh rupees for it." The young man ignored him and continued walking. Desperate, the jeweler ran after him, shouting, "This stone is priceless. I'll pay you whatever amount you want. Just name your price." The young man, now anxious, hurried back to the ashram, clutching the stone tightly. When he finally reached the monk, he was out of breath. Monk smiled at him and asked, "What happened, my son? Why do you look so distressed?" The young man narrated his experience in detail and returned the stone to Monk. He listened patiently and then said, "The mango seller valued the stone at 10 mangoes, the vegetable seller at a sack of potatoes, and the jeweler called it priceless. Each of them assessed the stone's value based on their own understanding and perspective. Similarly, in life, every person is like a diamond, raw and unpolished. As time polishes you, your true value becomes evident. But remember, unlike a diamond that is polished by others, a person must refine themselves. And when you discover your true worth, the world will recognize it, just as the jeweler recognized the stone." The monk concluded, "You become what you think. If you believe in yourself and truly desire something with pure intent, the universe will align to make it happen. But if you lack faith in your own potential, you will struggle to achieve anything." Friends, this timeless story of Monk reminds us that our worth is not determined by others, but by how we perceive and refine ourselves. This story reveals how our thoughts shape our destiny, and how discovering our true worth can solve the challenges of life. The story has the power to change your perspective forever. Share this story with your loved ones and let them, too, discover the essence of monk wisdom.